Welcome to DPV. We're at the Baja 1000, getting ready to start. Got Tyler and Kyle in the truck. We're gonna meet them at race mile 150. Next set of drivers are getting in, and then hopefully we're getting in at 405. So we've got about a 400-mile stretch.
The meat and the potatoes of the race.
Oh yeah. We'll make it or break it. Probably make it. Yeah,
definitely making it.
Yeah, we're wheeling today, not wrecking. So, yeah, we're staging. Lots of horsepower here. Anyway, should be a good time.
Yeah.
So we're excited. See you at the starting line.
Yeah. How you feeling, Tyler?
Good.
Yeah. Excited?
It's exciting and scary. Scary. Feel the nerves a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Because we want to do well, and you put so much love and passion and hard work into building the thing, and want to go out and do well and make everybody proud, you know. But I'm stoked. It's just feel lucky to even be here, even to be lining up with the world's best in the trophy truck class from a truck that we all built, you know. So just stoked.
Yeah.
Ow!
How you feeling, Kyle?
Feeling good, man.
Everything good? Yeah. Right on.
That's Chad Broughton on course.
this right here? This is what it looks like to be a chase team in the Baja 1000. All right, we got to our first pit stop. We're at what, race mile 150? 150-ish. So we're right behind the BF Goodrich pits. So yeah, and I think the truck's at about race mile 40. So we'll be waiting here a little while, but feeling much better prepared than last year.
Yeah, feels like truck's running good, starts easy. We're not having any warning lights, any issues. So hopefully just keep it in the green and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, just monitor the vitals, keep the rubber side down.
Very important.
So we're gonna hopefully watch some racing here. The fast truck should be coming by pretty soon.
So we thought we were gonna intercept them at about mile 150. Turns out we are headed now to race mile 46. They have broken a tie rod holder. So we're gonna have to do a little MacGyvering on that. Not a big deal. A little trail fab. So hopefully we can get to them quickly and get them back up and going. All right, we made it to Tyler. Tyler said the truck's running good. Kind of got nerfed. So we're currently fixing the steering. I do not have a screwdriver, no. I think next year the 2 sets of tools. So Tyler said the truck's running good, kind of got nerfed. Hopefully we'll get this here buttoned up and we'll get them back on the road and heading towards the truck in about 15 minutes.
All right, well.
All right, so
Hey, I'm telling the story.
I'm running the camera, so it looks like I'm gonna be the one that's on film.
So we fixed the steering part. Add a little material to. I don't know what was that piece called?
People were calling it a clevis. I'm not exactly sure. It goes on the front of the steering rack, connects the Heim joints for the
Tie rod ends.
For the tie rod ends.
Tie rods. So anyway, sounds like Tyler got hit by another race vehicle and slammed into a rock, and it busted the ears off one of those ends of that little rack thing. So we added some metal to it, my little Weld Pro welder, and yeah.
Get yourself one down below.
Heck yeah, it's a nice little welder. Anyway, it's starting to get dark, and we're at race mile 46.
Yeah.
But the truck's getting repaired. We're gonna meet him at 150. And we'll see how it goes.
Talking to Tyler, he did say that it is running really good. It's going great for the conditions. Had they not got hit, he said they'd be just cruising right along. So hopefully, as it stands right now, I think we got to average 30 miles an hour the rest of the trip. So hopefully Tyler will be able to, and he was doing 60 plus as we saw on the tracker. So hopefully we can make up some of that time.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see you at race mile 150, unless something happens.
Yeah, hopefully at 150. bro. That's good.
No, bro.
No, bro. Okay. Where's the lid go? Oh, right there. This way? Yeah. Hey, park.
All right, well, the Baja 1000, a little rough on TT78, just cosmetically. We had the steering issue at race mile 40, where Tyler got hit by another race vehicle and it slammed him into a rock. Broke the rack here on the passenger side, and we fixed it with the Weld Pro welder. It took us about 5 hours in total, with commute time trying to get back to the truck. Tyler had a local guy take him to Ojos Negros, and that's where we fixed it up. Then Tyler rode back with the part to the truck, got it back together, and met us at race mile 150. Yep. We were a little behind schedule at that point, but we got to keep pressing on. And so Alex and I got in the truck at that point. It was probably what, 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
I think at that point, and
dark.
By the time we actually got strapped in and on the trail, then cruising right along. We were kind of making some good time. It was some easy parts of the trail, but then we got to some pretty nasty silt beds that were rutted up, and
I kind of rolled the truck a little bit. Not too bad. Did quite a bit of cosmetic damage. Damaged a light bar mount, but we were able to get her back up on four wheels. A couple locals helped us out with their pickup and rolled it right back over. And we did some inspection, checked our fluids. Everything looked good. We had lost a little bit of oil. We had a couple quarts of oil, but other than that, I think just cosmetically what we lost, we were able to get her back up on four wheels and put Josh in the driver's seat, and we headed out.
Yeah, then we met up with Tyler and the rest of the crew under a bridge, a little visual checkpoint, and inspected the truck a little bit more, let it cool off a little bit. We had crushed the radiator cap, so luckily we had a spare one of them. So we swapped that out, checked the suspension out, everything. Yeah, the chassis really held up well to the roll. We felt secure in our belts, felt secure in our seats. All our safety gear was perfect. So then
our Summit race suits held up. I mean, they were awesome. They did absorb a lot of dirt digging in the silt, and our Zamp Hans and helmet kept us locked in tight during the roll.
Yeah. So then I was behind the wheel. We this was probably what, midnight, I think. We left under the bridge and started just cruising. The next part of the trail wasn't too bad. We were able to actually make up quite a bit of time, I think, again, and then we hit some freeway sections or highway sections, so it's 60 miles an hour easy, and then started hitting lots of switchbacks, and so it's kind of slowed down a little bit, and we hit another nasty silt bed. I hit a whoop and just sprayed in the face with sand or silt, and so there was like a few seconds of blindness, and then the next thing I know, we were in the rut that we didn't want to be in, and it was deep. And we got stuck in a silt bed for about 2 hours or so. And this was about 2 a.m. We'd been up for 20 hours at this point. Pretty tired, but we got to just keep pressing on. So we were able to use the recovery ramps and get ourselves out. It took about 6 tries to
4 feet at a time we were able to do that.
jack the truck up, put the tracks under it, drive about 8 or 10 feet, do it again. We ended up having to dig out the whole center rut. The center rut was hard packed, so it just kept hanging up on the diff. But after about 2 hours, the sun started coming up. We got out of there.
Beautiful sunrise.
And then after that silt bed, the trail really got rough. This was at race mile about 3:15, and it was pretty gnarly rocks with whoops. And then we had a pretty hardcore hill climb. We weren't going real fast, probably 15 miles an hour, just fast enough in first gear to keep it in, you know, about 3,000 RPM range, and enough momentum to get up the hill, and ended up breaking the other side of the steering, and we were able to kind of get it back together with a ratchet strap bolt and some paracord to limp it back to the chase truck. But at this point, checkpoint 1 was closed, and we were still 100 miles from it. We just didn't have the means to get the truck back together in time to make it any further. But we gave it a good go.
Yep.
Super awesome experience.
Yeah.
Like, gosh, I can't even describe it. It's
What was it like driving a trophy truck?
hard to describe it. You just have so much power.
And controlled power. Like it drove awesome. What you need to do, get yourself a buddy that's building a trophy truck, and then get the opportunity to drive it, because it is one of the top motorsports experiences in my life.
The closest thing that I've had to it probably be like a Polaris Razor that's built. So if you can get behind the wheel of one of those, you can kind of get the experience. But this has way more power, bigger tires, and just like the sound of the exhaust alone gets your adrenaline just amped up. I mean, we were up for 30 hours, and it was because of straight adrenaline. Like, I don't know, like your field of view is just enough to drive, and so that, like, your goal is to go forward, and that's where you can see.
You're locked in. Like, there's your goal. Like, go that way.
And then the navigation was incredibly fun. Like, I didn't know what to expect with that. I just, like, the navigation part of it was like you're just looking at the next few points ahead and just trying to kind of make a game plan, but then simultaneously you're looking ahead on the trail to make sure that immediately you're not hitting any obstacles that are going to take out the truck.
Going inside, outside, back and forth. It's a lot of work you don't just get to sit there and sightsee when you're sitting in the navigator seat.
Yeah, and then you're reading little notes that we've put in on the GPS where it's like, you know, immediately after the fence we got to turn. And sometimes it was like before the fence, or sometimes it was, you know, ditch on the right, and you're just like trying to get all that information relayed to your driver.
Watching the pressures and temps.
Oh yeah.
And looking for obstacles while you're getting thrown around in the truck.
Yeah, it's just it's an incredible experience. You got so many sensory inputs coming in, and just to make decisions quick, and then stuff is going to happen in a race like this, and you just have to have the mentality to let's figure it out.
Yeah.
What do we got to do to move forward?
That no quit attitude.
Yeah.
The Apollo 13 situation. We got this box of parts. We got to make it work. So run what you brung.
Yeah. Definitely going to be wanting to do it again sometime.
Yep. Number 1 experience on my motorsport bucket list right here.
Heck yeah. So, all right. Well, Tyler's going to talk a little bit about what helped put this truck together and get us to the Baja.
Yeah, a lot of hard work and determination. Dedication and perseverance, really. Just a lot of late night hours, wrenching on it, getting it ready. You know, we got that new Jake's Performance transmission. I just want to say thank you to them. Transmission was thoroughly impressive, and I had no doubt that transmission was going to make that race. So those guys really know their stuff. They put together a real solid transmission. Had straight cut planetaries in it. We had the input output shafts upgraded, full rollerize, billet tail housings, TCS performance, torque converter. Had the stall lowered a little bit just because we knew we were going to be trying to run a little slower pace and keep the truck together, so I wanted to keep from building temps in the transmission, so we lowered that stall a little bit. And to match a little better the power band, the truck was real happy between 3,500 and 5,000 RPM, and it was just a real nice, comfortable cruise. You know, when we were hitting those 3-foot whoops at 40, 50 miles an hour, it was easy sailing. I know we could have done it faster at 70 or 80, but we had a truck that we wanted to last 1,000 miles. It wasn't about being competitive and trying to win the race. It was proving that we could build a truck with the ability to finish. And I think we did. You're going to be tested. Every single component is going to be tested to its maximum. And taking that big hit on that front steering, it's not really something you can account for. We did our best to fix it. We got her fixed up and kept going. And when it finally went out, we kind of exhausted all remedies to the steering system. But the truck handled and drove phenomenally. The suspension was just dialed and beautiful. At every time we got out of the truck, I was checking the temperatures on the shocks, and they were maintaining a real good low temperature. I mean, I think for the way that we were driving and how overbuilt the truck was, we weren't even flexing them. So sway away shocks, we ran the 4.0 bypasses in the front, 5.0s in the rear with coolers, and then 3.0 coilovers on all. iBox springs felt fantastic. We had KDM shock technologies rebuild those, and then we had Desert Speed shock tuning come and meet us out on a Saturday in the middle of the desert and get them dialed in, and they were perfect. Willwood disc brakes, the brakes were phenomenal. KMC wheels held up perfect. They took a big hit off that rock and did just fine. Those general grabbers had great traction, held up good. We were really ripping on those, putting a lot of power to the ground. The GG lighting, those lights were super bright, those new laser lights. Had clear, nice, good field of view. After Alex and Josh rolled the truck, bent the light bars down, it rolled across the light bar still worked perfectly. And the CBR cooling package, we maintained temperatures in the transmission, kept temperatures real nice and low, running dual transmission coolers, and the engine temps, the oil cooler and the radiator all handled by CBR Performance. So a big shout out to them too, quality product, and we didn't have any cooling issues, which was fantastic. Yeah, Driveline Services out of Lewiston, Idaho, definitely. They build a quality driveline. We didn't have any driveline issues, so it was perfect, no vibrations, nice and balanced. Thank you, Driveline Services out of Lewiston, Idaho, for making a seriously nice driveline. The communication that we had in the truck was really good in between a chase vehicle and race vehicle, and if we didn't always have contact between the two, the ability to relay that new rugged radios M1, real nice unit, really simple to use, and we were running their last unit in the chase vehicle, and we'll probably upgrade the chase vehicle to the M1 as well. The rugged radios, helmet kits, and their pumper. The pumper worked perfect, kept the head temperatures down and nice fresh air in the helmets. The Black Widow exhaust sounded killer, held up great. The heat shield products really helped keep temperatures down in the cab. That was fantastic. The Corbu seats were phenomenal, the fixed back racing seats. Jake's Performance, Camberg Engineering, we're running Camberg hubs and a Camberg 4-inch rear housing. Gearworks 10-inch gear, Evan Weller Racing third member. MotoJet for helping us out with the aluminum. Precision Sign out of Lewiston helped us make some of our graphics. All the family and friends, this is a sport that really takes a lot of help, and having the love and support of family and friends. Thank you to my wife. All those late nights helped me come wrench, all the exorbitant amounts of money that it takes to put into this. Ricky Silber, who came and helped me build the truck. And so yeah, shout out to him. We don't have any major sponsorship or backing, being a veteran-owned company, and a guy that designed and built this out of a garage. Thank you Tech Consulting, who I hired to help me out with that 3D CAD design. I do own the design, and I want to continue growing the company and the business and branding, and at some point offer these guys for sale at half the price of the competition. I've had people ask me at half the price, can you build a competitive truck? And I will say absolutely yes. If you can have a big enough support team and good enough pits and, you know, a helicopter chase crew that could be calling stuff out for you, that yes, we can build a competitive truck at half the price. You know, we'll call it the discount trophy truck. Now, if somebody didn't have any brakes, you know, breakdowns, and they're running a 1,000 horsepower, $100,000 engine, and you've got a 700 horsepower engine at a third of the cost, you know, no, they're going to have better equipment. But these trucks will really be the KISS, keep it simple, kind of the older school idea on the trophy trucks. They are bigger, faster, stronger, meaner, and mechanically and structurally it'll be there. And so the difference would be in these discount trophy trucks is not quite as expensive as an electronic package and not quite as expensive as an engine. But could a guy go out and have some fun and be competitive? Absolutely. Get into racing, check it out, and kind of make it more obtainable or affordable. The trophy truck world has grown so big that it's like normal middle-class family seeing a Lamborghini drive by. It's just unrealistic. It's almost impossible. So I just wanted to, also a big thing to me and made me passionate about this was showing people, follow your dreams. Whatever it is you want, whatever you want to achieve, whatever it is you want to do, don't let anybody tell you you can't. It just takes perseverance and don't give up. Like the Night Stalker motto in special operations, Night Stalkers don't quit. So if you want it, just keep doing it. You'll get a bunch of naysayers and people explain to you why it's not a good idea, why it's not rational, but life's not rational. It's a constant mayhem. That's why we're Total Mayhem Racing. I'm happy with our showing. I'm not embarrassed. 320 miles was fantastic, and I loved it. It was amazing. It was living the dream. And we'll rebuild the truck. We'll go do it again. We'll just keep putting our best foot forward. So everybody that follows us at Total Mayhem Racing, I really appreciate. We appreciate the support. We're doing it for the dreamers and the nobodies and the middle guys, showing you that with not a lot of resources and not a lot of backing, that what can be accomplished. Imagine how dangerous I would be if we got some big sponsors on board to help with the resources we need to be competitive. We would be dangerous. So showing you what a team can do with little resources and little backing. We were able to go out there again. I don't measure my success on the shortcomings of others, but we did make it further. We were passing broken down trophy trucks with, you know, very, very high budgets, and especially in comparison to us. And so I'm proud, and I'm happy with my team. I'm proud of my team. I think Josh and Alex did a fantastic job. I'm thoroughly impressed with the way they handled themselves, their perseverance, their drive, the speeds that they're maintaining, and they'll be a part of the team forever, and I'm stoked. I was thoroughly impressed and honored to have Kyle Hummel with me. He's been with me since the day one of the team, and a very valuable member, and super appreciative. His co-driving was awesome, keeping me mellow, keeping me calm, keeping that keep pushing forward mentality. When the steering broke, I mean, he was out there ripping apart. Kate, let's do it, let's get it, we'll fix it. And yeah, and his family for being supportive to him. So thank you, Kyle Hummel. Thank you, Ricky Silber. Kyle Garcia also for giving us a hand. We had Jason Davis and Kevin Crocker with us. They did a great job supporting and chasing and being ready to go and helping with the logistics, and had a fun time with those guys, and we definitely learned a lot working with those guys. So we'll take all our takeaways, we'll learn, we'll build, and we'll do her again. So thank you again to everybody. We appreciate it, and love you guys.
So yeah, we wrenched on it a long time, and we wheeled it, and we wrecked it. So it's time to repeat. Yep. Get back to the rebuild. So I will link Total Mayhem Racing's information in the description below. So if you are interested in working with Tyler at Total Mayhem Racing on any help with the truck at all, just contact him through his Instagram, or I'll put his email down below. Thanks again to our families for letting us go on this wild adventure. And yeah, you can buy our merch on Teespring, link in the description. Support us on Amazon, be any of the links in the description below. We got that welder link down there, plus other tools that we use.
We'll throw our safety gear down there below as well, because it kept us safe, and that's priority number one.
Yep, and well,
sometimes it's priority number one.
You can become a Patreon. That's kind of a per video support system, so if you're interested in that, I'll link that in the description below as well. There's some perks to becoming a Patreon, and we're gonna ramp that up coming into 2022. All right, thank you so much for watching. Wheel it, wreck it, wrench it, repeat. See you next time.